This is Shire Farm by Flusty94. It's 287.64 megabytes to download. And the description says, "Welcome to Shire Farm, located in the beautiful rolling hills of the Cotswolds. Shire Farms is a large mixed arable and silage contractor. 58 fields of varying sizes, UK-based geo for seasons by Disturbed Simulations, industrial estate featuring multiple production and sale points for your harvest, forestry land available for the loggers, UK licence plates built into the map, credits to Oxygen David. Everything can be sold individually, the hedges, sheds, trees and other placed objects, so you can freely build your own farm. And there is 100 collectibles to find. So let's go and check it out." And here we are. This is where you start off in all three modes. This is the map, guys. This is a Shire Farm. I'm in new farmer mode. We are over here at your sort of main starting farm. And in new farmer mode, you start off with all this. So you've got your farm area. You've got 4 fields surrounding it. You've got field 1, 3, 35, 36. The BGA's over here. Up here we've got some animal pens. I'll click off in a minute so you can see, and we own this plot here. Now that is all one lump, so all of those areas that you can see in blue now comes as one, and that is 925,826. If I click off of those, this area here takes in all the sort of sale points down here, and even the shop area. As you can see, the only sale point you don't get is, or you own kind of thing, the land, is this guy here, which is Shire Grains. That will come under that plot of land there. We start off with all of that, and this is all sort of open area. There's a few trees there. We'll see it all as we go round, but it's basically a couple of production chains there, some sale points. There's lots of sale points on here and production chains, which is pretty cool. Do have a sheep barn here, which again comes under our land that we own. And then up here we've got a horse barn and 2 large pigsties. There's also another silo up here and a fuel tank. Down at our main farm, as you can see, all our equipment's here. We've got a large cow barn with feeding robot. We've got a stone crusher, which is actually the lime production. Chicken coop. We've got a fuel point, we've got another silo, and that's a manure heap there for your cows. And obviously we've got a farmhouse with a sleep trigger, like so. Now the field prices, they are a little bit pricey because there isn't many sort of fields on their own. Most of them come in plots. So if I click on that, you will sort of see they are separated, the boundaries, with this white sort of line, as you can see. So field 8 will be on its own with a little bit of forestry, possibly 110,000. This plot here is going to have 3 fields on, 277. I think the cheapest one I could find was this guy, 33, which is 64 grand. And then everything else, like I say, is either 2 fields or 3 fields. There's not that many singular ones. 492 for there. There is a big forestry area just here. That is 153,000 to buy, which isn't too bad. And just here we've got a sort of another, we'll check that out. It's like a farmhouse with some sheds in, so you could possibly start there if you wanted to. And this is a large pond, even though it looks like a sort of placeable area. So yeah, you can pretty much buy the whole map by the look of it. But it is a little bit pricey here and there, but it's not too bad. But there you go, that is the map. I'll go through slot counts in a second before we sort of tour around. First of all, I don't know if you can hear that if I shut up. It almost sounds like it's people talking, or a radio or something like that. I don't know if we've left the radio on in the house or the TV. Not sure, but just something to point out. It's quite bizarre. Right, what are we looking at? in terms of modded in things, I couldn't find anything modded in to sort of place down, but there is a couple of things that obviously have been added to the game or adjusted, which I will talk about as we go round. So yeah, there's nothing really modded in to show you. In landscaping, in the painting, it's all sort of standard stuff what we're used to. Got animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel, rock and granite, so nothing unusual there. Now when I come on here earlier, it was showing no contracts. Oh, it is now, that's good. I came on in all three modes to check. In all three modes it was showing no contracts, but there is a contract there. Perfect. Couldn't have timed that better. So there is contracts available, guys. Now, production chains. You do start off with quite a few. So we've got a carpentry, we've got cereal factory, the grain mill, the dairy, the BGA. This is where it gets a bit odd, because it's showing two BGAs here, and it's also showing another carpentry, but there is two carpentries on the map, but there is only one BGA that I can see. So I think that shouldn't be in there, but there definitely is two carpentries, which I'll show you in a second. And we start off with the spinnery and then the stone crusher, which, like I say, is the one that produces lime. So that's obviously been modded in, but it isn't available in the build mode to buy. That's the stone crusher I'm talking about. We do have 100 collectibles to find, like it said in the description, and I think that is that for that bit. Now this is quite interesting. Like it said in the description about the geo seasons for the UK, if we take a look at the planting season or the crop calendar, if you look at the first 4 crops, wheat, barley, canola and oats, we actually get 2 planting windows for them, which is pretty cool. So we can plant September, October, November for wheat, and then you can also plant wheat again in March. Now, the harvest season for wheat is July, August and September. So this had me thinking. So I did a little test. I planted some wheat in September. It took the full 10 months to come round and be ready to harvest in July, which is pretty standard, 10 months I think for wheat. But I also got to March and I planted some wheat again. Now, interestingly enough, the wheat that I planted in March was ready to harvest in August. So that only took 5 months to grow and be ready to harvest. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't test any of the other crops, but I do think we've got a little bit of leeway. I think we've got a couple of like extra months here and there on some of the crops. And as you'll see, there is no sugarcane or cotton because we don't really grow them in the UK. So that's pretty cool. So it's been adapted for that. I like that. That's something different. Pretty smart. What else do I need to tell you? I think that is it for a minute, and I will go through things as we come to them. Slot counts. The slot count is the same across all 3 modes. The only difference being is in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start off with any land. So you'd have to buy your own land as well if you want to. So if you want to start off with that farm in Farm Manager or Start from Scratch, it's going to cost you nearly £1 million. But the slot count in all 3 modes is 1,654, which is quite high. But you start off with a ton of equipment, probably more than what you need. So you've got the option to get rid of things here and there. And we do have a bit of a class setup going on. So I'll try and get through these as quick as I can. Otherwise this is going to be a long map tour and it shouldn't really be taking that long. We've got in small tractors the class Arian. We've got 2 class Axions. We've got the 870 and the 830, obviously different horsepowers. In large tractors we've got the class Axion. Harvester, we've got a class Trion. We've got the Krone Big X forage harvester. We've got the Krone Big M mower. We've got a class Taurian wheel loader. Class Scorpion telehandler. We've got a Lizard pickup and the John Deere sort of Gator in our cars. We've got 2 trailers, a TMK which is 40,000 capacity and the Crampe half pipe 12,100 capacity. Header for our harvester. We've got 2 headers for your forage harvester, one for your crops and one for grass. We've got a Cavernan plough, the Lemkin cultivator. We've got this seeding setup. And same sort of setup for a planter, so it's just your planter and your seeder plus you get an additional tank. We've got the breed owl for fertilizer spreader, we've got a slurry tank, we've got a class loading wagon, class baler, that is not a bell wrapper. We've got the bell loader stacker, we've got silage fork and wheel loader tools. In telehandler tools we've got a bucket, pallet forks, a bell spike, a low loader, header trailer, and then we've got 4 weights of different sizes, and that's pretty much it. But so like I say, quite a lot there to get rid of if you wanted to, that is. Now I sold off all of those vehicles and that equipment I've just showed you, and I've got the slot count down to 1,339. But you can get that slot count right down. You can kind of customize this map if you want to, because you can pretty much sell off everything. Now I did sell off everything and I think I got rid of everything, but there is a lot to sort of find on the map, lampposts and street lights, etc. like that. But I think I got everything, and I managed to get it down to 663, but it really makes the map look bare. So if you wanted to come onto a map with having just fields already made for you, and then sort of customize it yourself in terms of farmhouses and buildings, sell points, productions, this could be right up your street, because you can pretty much get rid of everything. There was a couple of things I did have issues with, which again I will point out as we get round. But as an example, I will show you, if we click on this car, placed objects, we can sell that. This does come with a warning though, because that will get rid of all the placed objects that are on the map, not just these ones. So you can see the flower pots there are highlighted, the little scooter. If you look to the left of the screen, the digger, the scrap cars, and over there it will get rid of all things like that on the map. So it won't just get rid of that car. Same with this wall. If we click on that, that's going to happen. See, it's highlighting those trucks and the digger again. So just something to be aware of. Also, now this is a bit, never seen this before on a map. If we go up to a tree, click on the tree, you can actually get rid of all the hedges and trees in the map. That's all of them. Even the ones down in the big forestry area, they will go, those trees. I did it. Everything goes. So like I say, you can completely wipe this map if you want to. So it's something to be aware of. Obviously sheds, farmhouses, animal pens, you can sell those as well. So yes, very interesting. Right, let's walk around. We've got our farmhouse, so sleep trigger just here. Now this is kind of a little bit of a problem, because if you wanted to use this garage, which you can, that car's in the way. So wardrobe in there, most of you guys would be familiar with that farmhouse. We've got the standard base game chicken coop, so eggs will appear just there, chickens in there. Feed will be here, and this will hold 360 chickens. So there's our little John Deere. Got a little playground, junk, lots of our equipment. Oh, that's another thing I didn't mention. If we go into, let's go into this menu. If you look at our equipment, most of it has got a lot of hours on it. Most of it is all in good repair though, but there's a lot of hours on some of them, so their value is going to be affected by that, and some of them are a little bit grubby and dirty. But we've got sheds everywhere, look. There's the lime crusher, which is on your farm, which is pretty cool. More sheds and equipment. like so. And then this is our cow barn with the robot feeder, so your milk would be collected there, cows are going to appear out there. Now this has been adjusted, so if we click up to there, the base game one only holds 80, this will hold 240 cows, but like I say, it's not available in the build mode, so that has been adjusted. So you can come through here for straw and things like that. If you did want to feed them yourself, that would be there. And then your slurry's just there. We do have a manure pit just there. And then we've got 2 bunker silos, like so. We've got the farm silo, which is 500,000 litre capacity. It's just a standard crop type one. So it's all base game. Now, over here, weirdly enough, this is your reset point, roughly here. So if you want to reset any of your equipment, it will appear here in this field, which is a bit odd. Moving round, this is obviously part of your robot feeding area, like so. If you're not aware of that, I do have a separate video on how to use that, so feel free to check that out. We've got a fuel tank here. This has got 50,000 litres in there, so it is full up, this fuel tank. There's another one up the north side where the pigs are, but that one is empty. Header trailer, more of our equipment in sheds. We've got a jet wash, pressure washer, more equipment, like so. Moving into here, more equipment. So it is fairly tight yard, but that sort of is in keeping with the UK theme. As you can see, there's the mower all grubby. We do have a workshop just here, like so. That track leads off down there. You can just see in the background there's a bridge there, but it only leads to the field that's the other side of that bridge. It doesn't go anywhere else. Your only in and out is just here at the farm, like so. Now that gap in that wall there is quite tight. I tried squeezing, I managed to do it, but it was a bit bumpy. Kept scraping on the wall with the cultivator because I did my little test out here with the wheat. I cultivated this grass up and did my tests. But anyway, that is the farm. I need to stop waffling on, but I want to sort of tell you as much as I can. That is my aim for map tours. Try to give you as much info as possible. Give a fair review. So we'll head on out. I think we'll go to the BGA. It's a little bit of a drive. If I show you on the map. The only way to get to the BGA is up this road. You can't cut across there, so we'll go to the BGA first, and I think I'll cut back down to that bridge as we're just about to go back over it. What I think we'll do is we'll do the map tour, and then I'll do a little bit of selling off just so you can see as an example, see what the trees are like and the hedges. All these fences go. And it does literally open the map right up. Now, some of these roads, I don't mean to be harsh, but they are a little bit clunky. They're sort of very straight. You'll see there's a better example in a minute just here. So literally there's no sort of smoothness to it. It's just a sort of angle, isn't it? And then you can see at the bottom there, it just flattens straight out. There's no... and the cars even sort of struggle with it, I think. He's going up straight, I think. So yeah, it got a couple of little niggles. So we have to turn all left here. Now this is very tight because this is the only road up. It's almost like it's just supposed to be one way. You only seem to have traffic coming towards you, and it's very tight. So this could be a big problem heading up to the BGA if you've got some big tanker or something like that, be a slurry or digestate. So as you can see, they do come at you. So all these houses here, they fall into the bracket of placed objects. So like I say, if you got rid of that car back at the main farm, it would get rid of all these houses. So it's not a case of just being able to get rid of the odd thing here and there. So you do need to kind of be careful. Right, this is our BGA. We've got a weigh station, 2 bunker silos. It's your sort of standard BGA, so pretty much everyone knows how it works, what it is. What I will say is, when I said there was 2 BGAs in the productions menu, like so, here and here, when I went to sell off the BGA, I had to do it twice. So it sold obviously the first one, and then I clicked it again and it actually completely got rid of the buildings there. So if you want to get rid of one of them off that menu, possibly will work just by selling it, but don't hold me to that. If you go left, there's a few more houses up there and it just is a dead end road, so there's not really much to see there. What I'm going to do is I'll cut probably down to that bridge again and we'll carry on the tour. Right, so we're back on the bridge. Just to our left here leads to our farm. If we just go down this track here, this is the other sort of farmhouse with a couple of sheds there. So there's more sort of junk there, like so, and again everything like that comes under the place objects, but all these street lanterns I had to sell separately. As you can see, they're all separate. So I think I got everything to get the slot count down. So you could start yourself down at that house if you wanted to. Let's try and get out without getting hit. Excellent. And that is also where the big sort of lake is, behind that house down there. The hedges don't have collisions on them, so you don't have to get rid of them if you don't want. We've got sort of a built up area there. And that is the forestry area. As you can see, quite big, and there is some decent trees in there even. Excuse me, sir, I'm driving here, thank you very much. And then on the left here is, wow, I don't know if this is what they're classing as the industrial area, but there is another area similar to this, so kind of guess you've got 2 industrial areas with a few sale points and production chains on. We need to go into this way. Again, there's a couple more houses over there. I think I'll jump out and run round. So we've got the carpentry just here. Then we've got the cereal factory. Down the far end there is the grain mill. In the corner is dairy, just here. And then just here is a sell point. That's your biomass heating plant for like your straw and wood, etc., things like that. So that is that area. Quite handy having all of those there. So back out and head on down to the next area, which is like the shop and a couple of more sell points, things like that. And that is just here on our right. Again, I'll probably stop here and we will run around. So we've got a class dealership here. We do have a workshop trigger on this end, like so. We've got our shop menu here. And then there's also another workshop trigger just inside here as well. So we've got 2 workshop triggers down here at the shop, and obviously 1 at the farm, so plenty of options. Now, when I did sell off these buildings, these icons, the workshop trigger, the shop trigger and the animal dealer icon, all stayed there. I couldn't seem to get rid of those. Obviously if you do turn off the icons in the main menu, then that won't be a problem. But these markers did disappear, but the icons still remained. It does get rid of all the buildings, so whether that is gonna be like a blockage when you try and place something down, I'm not sure. I didn't test that. In here we got our animal dealer, so it will show up with all the pens because we do own all those, like so. Then around here we got our supermarket sell point just round the back, which is very cool. And then we've also got a fuel station, like so. So that is that area. And again, those walls outside here, they will all go if you click on the sell placeable objects thing. Right, just in here we have got the sort of sheep farm. So again, standard sheep pen, feed triggers just there, your wall will appear just here, and this is just standard. It's only the cow barn that's been adjusted. This will hold 65 sheep. And up the hill we do have a few sheds, so again a nice area. And there's also a house here, so you could use this as a sleep trigger if you wanted to, like so. Pretty cool. Nice area. Again, quite tight, but you know, that's what you do find in a lot of farms on the UK. Right, out of there, along here. So again, look, you can see it looks a bit, this bridge, it's just a little bit sort of flat. And just in here, this is one of your sort of main sale points. So this is a Shire grain. And then I'll quickly show you where we've been. So we came out the farm, down this way, across that bridge, and then we went up this way, all the way to the BGA, and then I obviously came back down, and I brought you back in about here. Across that bridge again, we went down into this farm area, and back out along here, into this production point area, industrial area if you want to call it that, down into the shop area, back out, across the road, sheep farm, back out, and we're here at Shire grain. One thing I did notice as well is this plot here, and I should imagine it's going to be the same along this edge. There is a invisible wall. I'm going to show you actually, so you know what I mean. So although you think you're getting all of this land, which is pretty cool, if you go down here, that is it. That I cannot go any further, and I tried this with a vehicle earlier as well. So all that grass there you cannot get to, which is a bit disappointing. And you've got that horrible flicking going on over there. So yeah, like I said, there is a couple of niggles here and there. This map is definitely not going to be for everyone. Right, we need to head back up to where that first industrial area was, because we need to go past there now to get to the next sale point, which is another main sale point, which I think is a pretty cool area. It's pretty cool. Whoa, that car got a bit of air then, did you see that? My goodness. What was I saying? It's a pretty cool idea what they've done here. I mean, I know it's only a sell point, but you'll see what I mean anyway. The next sell point anyway is called Shire Allotments. Just thought it was quite quirky. So we've got a built up area again, and this is it. This is the sell point. If you go around the back though, everyone's got their little allotments, look, growing. Sugar beet, sunflowers, potatoes. I just thought that was quite cool. So it does have some nice features and detail on here. Right, moving on from there, we've got our second sort of industrial area, if you want to call it that. I'm going to call it that, and that is on the right hand side. So you can see all these street lights. I had to sell off all those. Oh, there's also a shed there. I missed that shed earlier. Let me just go up into this mode and check that out. Oh yeah, there's another shed there, look. And there's another shed there. That would, yeah, they did disappear though. That wouldn't affect the slot count that I've given you, because if you click on that, that will get rid of all the sheds. So like I say, you can't get rid of individual sheds, if that makes sense. But what I'll do is, like I say, we'll finish off. We've not got long now, guys. I know it's been a bit long, but I've wanted to tell you a few things at the start. Right, in here we have the farmers market sale point. Round the back of here is the fast food restaurant sale point. Then we've got our other carpentry, which is just there, so that's the second one on the map. Then we've got our spinnery. Just across there we have got our restaurant sale point. And then up the end here where we stopped, that is the pizzeria, and the sale point is round the back. So quite a lot going on in this area as well. Let's jump in and show you where we've been. So we came out of here, we went back up there, past this area, Shire Allotments, along there, in there, that was that bit, and we're going to come out, we're going to finish off up here, and then I'll just quickly show you a few things as I sell them off, because then you can see what I'm waffling on about. Hopefully make a bit more sense. Again, I'll probably park up the truck and we'll just have a wander around. I'm going to stop just about here because we've got the entrance here to our horse barn, which again, like I say, is just in-game one. 14 horses. You can open this gate if you wanted to bring them out to ride them, but they will appear there. And you feed trigger and straw, etc. there. You've got a little bit of a shed there, so you could probably use this area as something if you wanted to put anything else in there. And then moving into the actual yard itself, again a little bit tight. We've got lots of shed space, as you can see, and more junk. Loads of sheds, like so. There's the other farm silo, 500,000 litres again, and then another fuel tank. Like I said, that is empty, as you can see, bottom right. And then moving up, we've got two large pigsties. So you feed on them as just here. These will hold 270, so just standard base game ones. And more sheds up the back, and that's just the reverse of what we just looked at. There is no manure heap here though, so you probably would have to place one yourselves. Not a lot of room though, but maybe you could get rid of, oh no, you can't get rid of the sheds. Right, let's show you, because that is technically everything that I've showed you. So prime example, if I just click on this one shed, look, you can see it's highlighting all of them. Sell. So we only get 500 for that, but look, that is sold off, all those sheds. So just be aware of that. I'm going to jump down to say here, because I want to be near the forestry area, because even if we click on one of these guys, hedges and trees, keep your eye on the hedges here, keep your eye on these trees. Bang. Gone. Hedges gone. Trees gone. walls, they come under the placed objects. Do that, they're gone. These cars that were parked here, decoration, they've gone. These little houses are here, they have gone. So that gets rid of quite a lot. It's even got rid of the shop, and as you can see, there is the icons still left. I cannot seem to get rid of those, even in demolish mode. All these are separate, can get rid of those, and obviously this sell point. But that really opens up this map now. You can kind of see what I'm on about now. That is just almost like a blank canvas. But that is it, guys. That is it from me. I hope you all stayed with me till the end. Apologies for going on a little bit, but like I say, I like to give a fair review. I like to give you as much info as I can. But I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.